Emergency meeting.
But yeah,
There's a lot to talk about.
yeah, this is a lot to talk about. How was your like? Did you look back on that concert and like, what's the takeaways?
I mean, the takeaways was so my intention for that concert was not necessarily to be profitable.
Just get it done.
Just get it done. Just have it's like a proof of concept.
Yes.
So like it was really just a lost leader in a way. But now I have a lot of footage experience and a lot of footage to just show people like, hey, look, we threw a concert here. It was like pretty good turnout, things like that. And then also just to give the people around me more belief in what we're doing. You know what I mean? It's actually interesting. My dad was recently in Dubai, and he was telling me the story about the guy that like started Dubai. He basically like it was just a barren land, and his people were just suffering for a long time. Like just there's not enough resources, not enough food, not enough anything, not enough water. Like just desert.
Right.
But he started telling the story of how Dubai is going to be this really wealthy place. He told like, you know, everybody that if you invest $1 million now, it's going to be worth 10 million in the future. And
Wow.
so he started off just telling the story like he got a few investors, and then they built the first Burj, not the Burj Khalifa, but I forget the name of it, but one building that was like pretty successful or like pretty monumental.
Yes.
And
Iconic.
And then everybody started to see, okay, if one building could be built like this, and this guy's saying that there's going to be like 20 or 30 buildings like this, then we can build a city out of this whole thing. So then like these billionaires started investing like, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars on the vision.
On this one guy's vision.
This one guy's vision. And if like it's completely just made up. Like if one of those, if like a few of those guys were like, we're not going to invest, it would still be a desert today. But because he was so clear that, hey guys, just trust me, I'm holding this vision. We're all gonna go and make this happen.
Dubai's a great place too, though.
Now it's completely flourishing. It's one of the like biggest economies in the world. But it's like it on paper it shouldn't be, because it's not like there's resources there. They don't have oil. You would think, oh, it's like, you know,
Everything is manufactured there.
Everything's just
Shipped.
basically shipped, and basically it was just like this one guy that's like, we're gonna create an economy here, like we're gonna bring all the wealthiest people, we're gonna like make this place like a popping place. They don't have resources. Like they you would think, because like the oil is really in Saudi Arabia or like Qatar or like, you know, like all these other
Sounds
Middle
like
Eastern
Hawaii.
places.
Sounds like Hawaii. I mean,
Kinda
everything is
similar, yeah.
You know, everything's brought here for the most part.
Mm-hmm. But the difference is like Hawaii, like
Lush, you know.
lush.
Yeah. Water. We have water. We have water.
Yeah, we're not like a desert. So
Yeah.
there's something to be said about that, you know. And I think that's kind of what we were doing. We were building the first Burj. Like
Burj.
that first concert was
Oh, it's a great
one of
analogy.
those, you know?
Yeah, Burj. You're creating the Burj.
creating the Burj. That's
That's
an
a new
interesting
thing.
name.
Yeah, creating the Burj.
The Burj.
Now that's gonna be associated. That whole mindset is associated with building something.
Mm-hmm.
That's killer.
Yeah, so yeah, like it's just, I don't know, it's just interesting when you're just very clear, and then people start to see that vision and they start to hop on, you know. So it's been interesting with that whole thing. Now like I'm just talking to like some of my family members, close family, to like help like fund the music. And now it just makes more sense, because it's like before it's like, well, why would we give you money? You're not doing shit, you know? But at least there's something there. Like, okay, we threw a concert here. They can kind of see it. It's like, it's not clear like that is going to happen, but like, it's like, okay, we can see that there's a direction happening. So yeah, it's kind of similar.
That's solid. So what are you going to Cleveland for?
So
Because you're not a Cleveland fans, Brown. You're not a Cleveland Browns fan.
Cleveland Browns fan, yeah. No, dude, I went initially because I met this girl out there.
Sick.
She's like super cool. Matea.
Mateo.
And so yeah, we went on a few dates and it was cool. I think I kind of messed it up a little bit though.
Where'd you meet her?
I met her at just at this random club.
In Honolulu?
No, out in Cleveland. So I was at the World Yo-Yo Contest. This is like about a month ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, following.
So then I was trying to, because I was just sick of talking about yo-yos for like 24/7 for like 3 days straight. fucking nerd ass friends, like just talking about yo-yos. So I'm like, I mean, I love my nerd ass friends, but like,
no, for sure, yeah.
Sometimes you gotta like go out and live life, do normal human things. So we went out to the club. I actually was trying to drag them to the club to help them talk to women, because I've been recently like going out and talking to a lot of girls.
Yeah.
And they just haven't been in that zone recently. So I was trying to help them, like get out of their comfort zone and do that. But then we get to the club and then they're still kind of in their comfort zone, just still like not able to like build the courage to do it. So I was like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. If they don't want to do it, like really unconsciously, I probably wanted to do it anyway. Like that's what I really wanted. So I started like talking to some of the girls. And one thing that I realized is like out in Cleveland at this particular club, I'm not sure if it's like this like in throughout the rest of Cleveland, but I started off doing my like normal gamey routines,
right,
like nagging the girls, like just maybe giving them a little backhanded compliment, like things like that.
What's a backhanded compliment like?
So example. Oh, like those are some nice fake eyelashes. Oh, like because it's like pointing out that they're fake, but you're giving a compliment to like. So
that's a great way to So
you're establishing something. I don't know. But what I found out when I was in Cleveland is none of the girls were receptive to that. Like the girls that
how'd they take it?
They took it like that's like kind of mean. Like I don't fuck with that. Like go
go
away. And then I thought, and the one thing that like made me think about this is like just in general the people in Cleveland tend to be very like kind and genuine. So I was like, all right, what happens if I'm just like really authentic and like really just like how we are now, like really just kind and genuine. So I went up to a few girls and I started just like, hey, how are you? How's it going? And just having a really, really kind, normal conversation.
Right. And
they were very receptive to that.
Nice.
So I was like, wow, this is like so different. Like, I don't know. It's not usually like this in other parts of the world,
Right.
And then, so long story short, like I talked to a bunch of random girls like at the club, and then this one girl caught my attention. She looked at me briefly. Matea. Yeah. And then I was like, oh,
shout out Matea.
Maybe we'll send this like little podcaster.
Yeah.
But she caught my attention and I was just like, so I don't know. I honestly don't really remember that well, but I just remember like going up to her, tapping her on the shoulder and be like, you're gorgeous as shit. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
And so we just talked and then, we just kept talking for a month. And then, just started getting closer. And then I went out and flew out just to go on a date with her. Actually, I uploaded it on my YouTube channel.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, you can go.
You flew out.
I pulled a Loa'a. Well, not the flying out part, but the recording the first date part.
Oh, yeah.
I got inspiration from you for that.
That was kind of scary, but I was like, yeah, doing it. What I realized is I like thrills. I did it for the thrills.
But so it was good. And then I think I kind of maybe fucked it up because like.
What'd you do?
It's embarrassing. The other night, like I was like, okay, so I was with my family because my dad's wedding reception was happening in Whistler, and like I just got drunk like every night with my stepbrothers because one of my stepbrothers is like fucking crazy and like he's always just I don't know, just handing shots. And I'm also kind of like crazy, so I just accepted and then handed shots.
Yeah. He was with the boys.
But like one night after that, like I called her, we talked a little bit, and then like I kind of got like kind of angry about something. So it's I don't know if I should explain the full story, but I'll like explain like kind of briefly. Basically, she was telling her friends how it was like kind of crazy how this guy came out from like Hawaii, and her friends were like, "You're crazy for like considering going on a date with him and stuff." And I kind of got mad because I was like, yo, if they're really your friends, they'll trust your judgment with it, Yeah. So, but I kind of got like aggressive mad in a way. I was like, if they said that to like in front of me, like this would be a problem and all this shit. I was like, I was just being a drunk motherfucker. Yeah. So since then,
for me, right, I don't even like for me, if I don't talk to it, I would only talk to people that are doing what I would love to do. Like, I didn't talk to nobody else about the relationship other than Drake and my therapist. That's all, because Drake's married, so he knows something, I don't know, So, but a lot of times I realize that, and more specifically women, they'll talk to other women that have nothing to do with what they want, and they'll listen to They're friends.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, you know.
I caught myself doing that a little bit too.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, actually? I'm not going to name names, but throughout this whole process, there's 2 friends that I was going to. One's a girl that like isn't in a relationship. And anytime she would give me advice and I'd follow it, it would fuck shit up.
And then, well, I mean, it's not that she's giving bad advice. It's just like that she's not doing what you want.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
She's ignorant. She just doesn't know.
It's like talking to a business professor that doesn't run a business. You know?
Exactly.
You know, like.
But then the other girl, she actually like is in a relationship, a very like a long-term committed relationship.
Yeah.
And she's actually very similar to Matea. And so whenever I'd ask her for advice, she would give like good advice, and then anytime I would like follow that advice, it would lead to good things. Like it would. Yeah. It would
100%. Guys, the moral of the story: don't listen to anybody that you don't want to be in their shoes. You know, it's like.
Yeah.
You know, nothing personal. It's just how it is.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know. So tell me the tea about.
So recently, me and Jordan broke up, and this is the first time I've told anybody online. I was thinking.
Does she care that you're talking about it?
I think so. I think she would care because you know.
So you don't have to talk too much about it, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. You know, I think, you know, I think we love each other as human beings, and I just don't think we'll work together in a relationship. I mean, at the very end of the line, I think.
Yeah.
For me, on my side, how it ended is 1,000% better than how rest of my relationships have ended. Like, I'm not blocked. You know what I mean? And it ended not like screaming at each other or anything. It was
just like a very cordial conversation.
The way it ended wasn't really cordial. It was just it was cordial. You know, I didn't. You know, it's hard to say. I can explain what happened. Okay. The last date, what happened.
I mean, you don't have to. If
I want to.
Okay.
Yeah. So Friday. So I for me, right. I'm thinking about myself as a leader, and so my goal was to date her once a week because that's, you know, in any kind of dating relationship, that's standard. Once a week because she's busy, I'm busy. So once a week, go on a date. I'll take care of the date. I'll set it up, plan it. We'll have conversation. Hey, this is what I'm thinking. You know, that kind of stuff. You know, super fair or whatever. So this past Friday was the date day. We were supposed to actually go on a date today too. Spent all day at the beach together. Had fun. Then Saturday night went to work. Came home. I was like, I want to go get I've been 105 days, no alcohol. So I've just been drinking water. I go to Duke's, drink water, hang out, eat dinner, you know? So I come home. I was like, I'm going to go Duke's, grab some water, chill out, hang out. And then I met these old geezers from Australia. Shout out to Kathy and Brad from Australia, you know, lovely couple. They've been together 44 years. And, you know, naturally when you're talking to an older couple like that, you know, just life comes up and you ask, what's been successful in your relationship? And she was just giving me advice, and she was like, and I was telling her how my relationship has been the last 3 months. And I was like, you know, there's been hiccups, but we've been able to talk about them. And a lot of the things that arise in our relationship is just things that arise, you know, I'm not being fake, I'm being authentic. And so when you're authentic in a relationship, things from the past, how we react in situations, those things come up. But I think anybody that's focused on growth, they'll like talk about it, deal with it, move forward. At least I don't know what a successful relationship is. I think a successful one is that you deal with shit, whether it's in the beginning or whether it's in the middle or the end of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So the last 3 months we've been dealing with some stuff. And so I think there's just been a little bit of bad taste in our mouths because of these things that have arisen. And I think we're not willing to deal with it, continue to deal with it in essence. So that's why Saturday night after work went to Duke's, talking to this couple. They're like, you know, go. She was like, go say hi to Jordan, smack her on the butt, give her a kiss, and tell her it's awesome. So I decided to do that, right? Because I was like, bro, it's Saturday night. We go fucking chill with my girlfriend. Come on, you know? Like, this is awesome. So I electric bike my way over there. She's folding clothes. I was like, you know, I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Let's go grab a snack. I haven't eaten yet dinner. Let's go bowling. So I call the Uber. We go to Lucky Strike. And then, in my head, right? And I think maybe she didn't have dinner or whatever. This is after why I thought about it. But get there, get some snacks, order chicken wings. She gets a beer. I get a soda. So we sit down at the booth. And then we're sitting next to each other. And that's how I like to sit next to her. I like to sit next. She likes to sit across and look at each other so that we can communicate and connect. And she doesn't like sports or anything like that. So, she's uninterested inside the...
Is she a quality time person and you're a physical touch guy?
She's I'm a quality time guy because her being with me was enough. That's why I just wanted to be with her. I think maybe because what happened was she wanted to like talk. We just spent the day before together all day, and then that day when I first got to her house, I caught her up on my day, caught up on her day. I mean, there was really nothing else to talk about in essence, and I just wanted to be with her, get some snacks, and then go play video games because she was down for that. Because I asked her, she was down for that, and she was down for that.
Okay.
So we ordered the food, and then she's like nagging me about like not looking at her. She wants to sit across from me. She was just nagging me. And then I was like, what's going on? Like, we're going to get a snack real quick, eat some chicken wings, and then go play video games. Like, I mean, maybe this might sound shallow, but like in my head, I was like, I'm not trying to get into a deep conversation right now at Lucky Strike. I mean, we agreed on grabbing some snacks and then go play video games. So right there, it got weird. It just got weird, and I was like, I just felt disrespected. In the way that I was like, I kind of just went out of the way. I asked you. I didn't want to impose on your schedule tonight because I just showed up unannounced. So I'm very empathetic to all that. But yeah, it got sour after that. Food came. And then, I know who I am, so I was being overly gentle. I pushed the food right in between us, the fries and the chicken wings.
Did you guys end up sitting across from each other? Or
she just moved by herself. I was sitting together like this at the table, at the booth, and then she moved to over here.
Yeah, so that probably felt weird for you.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Like I don't want to sit next to you kind of thing.
Exactly. Like, so that just was like... and then things just started clicking on smaller things that I reviewed that kind of mattered to me, but I wrote them off because it's wise to overlook offenses. I think sometimes it's wise.
Yeah.
But then when you start thinking about things and how you show up and then it's not being reciprocated, then you think about those small telltale signs. Then it's like, oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm not enough. Like just being with me. Like I don't care if you want me to take you out or not take you out or wherever we go. Like just being with you is enough for me. You know what I mean? Whether we spend a lot of money or no money or don't eat out or go eat out. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like how I felt. And then I was tempted not to call an Uber with me and her and take her home, I was like, be petty. I was like, no, my bike is at her house and my other stuff is at her house, so I gotta go get that stuff. So I called the Uber because I asked her. So we ate the chicken together, and I asked her, "You want to play video games or you want to go home?" Because I was just trying to. I don't know how you're feeling right now. So she said she wanted to go home. So for me, that made a decision. She made a decision. She doesn't want to fight for it in my head. Get home. I don't even talk to her after that. Like from the time that she moved away from me, other than asking her how the chicken was and wanting to go home or stay. That was it. Took her home in the Uber, dropped her off, used her bathroom, got on the bike, left.
So it's been like that since?
Yeah.
So you guys
I had a bunch of things scheduled right for the next month. Like today we were supposed to go on a date, go hiking and do some volunteer service work. And then gun safety class the following weekend. I had all these things planned, like I'm just thinking ahead because that's how I operate. And canceled all of them because I was like, because she texted me after I left. She texted me. She's like, "This is just not working for me." I was like, "I agree." So, yeah. And she didn't block me. I didn't block her. I didn't want to block her.
Wait, so this is Friday?
This was Saturday night.
Saturday night?
Yeah.
Interesting. Because that's kind of like around the same time the shit happened with me and Mateo.
Yeah, bro. And
Saturday night.
What's cool about it is I feel good. I did my best, man. Yeah. At least to what I am available to know. I did my best. And
also, like, it's always, like, a learning process.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of, like, I'm learning this. Like, we only went on a few dates, me and this girl. Like, maybe, like, 3 dates, right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that I'm learning about myself, too. That's like, oh, wait, I have this trigger here. Or this thing makes me feel this way. And it's like I'm interpreting things this way. Or I'm being too simpy or whatever. Like, there's all these different, like, things that I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
This is kind of cool. Like, I'm learning about myself. And then also, like, one thing that I really appreciate about this girl is, like, she kind of has been helping me break through a certain self-perception.
Ooh.
Because
what's that self-perception?
The self-perception is, like, my physical attractiveness. Like, I don't feel, like, that physically attractive sometimes.
Okay.
But she'd always tell me, like, I find, like, you're really attractive to me. Yeah. And it's, like, it's interesting because this girl's, like, really, really hot. Like, she's super hot.
Yeah, she just wants you, man. She's, like, down for you.
Yeah.
She doesn't need nothing, superficial per se.
Yeah. Well, she actually is, I think she genuinely is, like, attracted to me, which is, like, okay. I guess that there are girls that find me attractive like that are, like, really attractive. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. And, and also a lot of different stereotypes that I had about women, I think in general. She kind of has.
Should I put the microphone a little bit closer to your mouth?
Hello.
Yeah, bring it in a little bit so you can pull it back to you, so you don't have to lean forward.
Yeah. So it's been good. It's just been good learning experience in general. I appreciate her a lot. I mean, I think there's a lot of shit, like, as well.
Yeah.
I love your hat.
Thank you.
Aloha Hub. It's so funny.
Jordan gave me this hat.
That's fucking
This
funny.
guy came up to me at Duke's tonight. He was like, "So, where do you shoot your porn?" I was like, "Scrappy podcast." It's so funny. Me and Drake's been using what they call that? OnlyFans. When you can type, we put the YouTube to the podcast link, but you can rename the link. And then we just put OnlyFans.com, get clicks, and it goes straight through the podcast.
That's so fucking funny.
Bro.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
guaranteed clickbait.
That is.
Yeah,
that is.
Yeah,
especially with a handsome man like yourself,
But it's just so funny. I thought about that real quick. Aloha Hub.
Yeah, but anyways, it's been interesting.
So you flying out? When are you flying out?
I'm flying out on the 12th, so in like 2 days.
How long are you gonna be gone?
For maybe like a month, and then
one-way ticket.
One-way ticket, and then I kind of want to. So this is the part that I didn't mention.
Okay.
While I was out there, I went to excuse me. I went to an open mic, and I performed at the open mic, and some guy came up to me after, was like, "Yo, I really like your voice. Like, our band, like, we're looking for a vocalist. Like, would you like to come to our jam session?"
Oh, sick.
So I was like, sure. And I've been working for like over a year in Hawaii to try to get a band together. Like,
it's hard.
Like,
yeah.
Like, it's hard, bro. Like, to get these musicians committed, coming to the rehearsals, they all want to get paid. They're, it's hard, bro, in Hawaii especially. But I go out to this thing and they're all easy. They're all there. Like, they're all like, I'm the last one there. Like, they're all like they're already committed to this thing happening. They've just been waiting for a vocalist, So I just kind of fit in this piece, and then and it's not like I'm putting it, because, dude, in Hawaii, it's like every day I was texting my musicians up to the gig, every single day. Hey, are you coming to rehearsal? Hey, remember rehearsals this time? Like, individually talking to each one, like trying to get them motivated.
Yeah.
Out there, it was like everybody's already there. They're passionate. That's another thing.
Yeah, they show up.
Individually passionate about the music, and then I just come and just fit that little piece, and I just do my part, which is the vocals.
Oh.
And so I was like, holy shit, like
It's
this
nice.
is so nice. It's so different. And they're all doing their part. So like there's one guy, like they're all sending like little things in the group chat, like, oh, this is a new thing that I worked on. You guys should check it out. Maybe we can incorporate it. Or like one of the other guys, Jacob, he started working with this other person to like put together a different song. And like the main point is like just you can feel the passion.
Yeah, they're there.
They want it. Like individually they want it too. You know? So I was like, fuck, like this is what I've been trying to manifest my whole life, like since like I started this shit.
Yeah.
And now, so like, dude, for a year or like years, I've been trying to build a band in Hawaii. And then within like a matter of like 3 days out in Cleveland, like I have a band. And they're like, bro, like join our band. And I'm like, well, I live in Hawaii. Like, just come to Cleveland. I'm like, fuck, like I think I actually might, you know? So anyways, besides like the girl, whether or not I fuck shit up with her, we'll find out.
Yeah.
But besides that,
so the main purpose of going to Cleveland is the band.
Yeah. And also not just the band, but the whole scene as a whole.
Yeah. I wonder what that scene is like. It's a bigger city, right? What's the population in Cleveland?
It's honestly kind of the same as Oahu or Honolulu, but the type of music they like is the type of music that I create.
Let me plug in my phone just in case.
Okay. Is it gonna die?
No, 20%. But
okay, yeah. But I'll just keep talking. So basically, the type of music that they like to make out there is like the type of music that I like to create. Or the type of music that they like to listen to is the type of music I like to create. And then also, it's like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame out there. They don't even talk about this, but Cleveland's actually the rock and roll capital of the world. If like you really think about it, the only other cities that are kind of competing are like Tennessee or like Nashville.
Yeah, but Nashville is like country though.
Country, exactly. Yeah. So really when you really get down to it, Cleveland is the rock and roll capital of the world, and so yeah, they have flourishing music venues. The whole music scene is because it's like there's a whole music scene. There's a thriving business based around music and entertainment.
It's kind of like Austin for comedians, basically. Like now Austin is like the hub for comedians to go learn and train, and you do it there. So like you're saying that Cleveland is that spot for music, and it's just created for those that are passionate about music.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Like there's not all these regulations around like where you can play music and stuff. You could find people playing on the streets, things like that. But also, like I said, because there's infrastructure, there are people that their career is music manager out there. Their career is promoters, and there's a lot of them, right? So like out in Hawaii, I was trying to get you to be my manager, promoter.
Yeah.
But you're not like, that's not your career. Like you're just like, I can help you. I can do it. I'll learn it. But there's people out there that they do that.
I looked into that, like, because I wouldn't mind managing. Like when I was in Arizona, I met a bunch of DJs. And a lot of them, they're not marketers, right? Like they're good at DJing. So, I mean, at the very essence of a music manager is a marketer, because you're an agent basically for these NFL football players, whatever, you know what I mean? You're managing marketing at the same time. It's the relationship driven, because you got to make deals.
Yeah, and well, then it's also like logistic stuff, right? Like like getting the sound equipment, all this random other shit, venues, all
that stuff, yeah.
But the main point is like that's what excited me about Cleveland, because there's infrastructure there. There's like 8 different music venues that are consistently putting on live events, right? In Hawaii, we have like 3 maybe.
Yeah.
You know, like Mai Tais, like next door kind of.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
The fact that you got to guess, you know, is like nobody knows, you know.
Yeah. So anyway, so main point is I'm really like regardless, like I do really want to work things out with this girl. But like she's really cool. Like at least I want to
try
push forward and see what happens.
Try be boyfriend girlfriend if can. You know,
if can.
I mean, practice. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to not to sound weird or like we're just using these girls as experiments. We're not. We authentically like them, but like I mean, how do you know until you get in there? You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, but besides that, like I do really love Cleveland as well. So
sounds nice. You make me want to go visit now. I have a reason to go visit.
Bro, Cleveland like is actually cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Like I'm like it's so weird because I was like actually when I was going for the World Year.
You know who lives in Cleveland, right?
Who?
Dave Chappelle.
Oh really?
Dave Chappelle lives in Cleveland, Ohio, I believe. Or not necessarily Cleveland, but he's like in the outskirts, in the rural areas of Cleveland, I believe. Which is one of my favorite comedians.
There's a lot of people from like Akron, Ohio, which is like just out of Cleveland, like
LeBron James, yeah,
Steph Curry,
yeah,
and then I guess like Jake Paul and shit.
Logan really? Paul, they're out of Cleveland?
Yeah,
oh, sick.
There's a lot of them.
They don't even rep Cleveland though.
They do.
They do. Oh, they do.
But not like heavy. But they're like,
yeah.
Hey, look, we're just these boys from Ohio, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I realized, I'm gonna go check it out. So basically, my plan was like to go on these dates with this girl. I went for 5 days, and really, I was just trying to go on dates with this girl.
Yeah.
But then I realized I like Cleveland because of the whole thing I told you. So now my plan is to go out for like a month, and if I still like it as I'm staying there, then find a place and just settle down for a bit. Yeah. So.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I'm also gonna be documenting the journey on my YouTube channel.
Perfect.
So there's gonna be like a documentary starting a band. Like it's gonna be like a multiple episode series.
Yes.
So it's like starting a band, episode 1, the vision.
Let's go.
Something like that. Yeah. So.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Something only Evan Nagao would do. Just fucking.
Bro, send it.
Send it.
Send it.
Yeah, because Simone was asking me. She was like, "What the fuck? You're just like moving to Cleveland. You didn't tell me shit." I was like,
"Oh,
hey.
She doesn't want to go with you."
I was telling her like, there's a lot of guys that are her
young.
type.
She's young. She can go. She's scared.
Yeah.
You scared?
Yeah, I don't know. But I was just telling her like, yo, like, look, life is short. I've got to fucking go to Cleveland. I just gotta go. Like I just have to. Like, what am I gonna do? Just sit here and try to like do the same shit, like bash my head against the wall, trying to get these musicians like to do shit like out in Hawaii. Like, I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Like,
no, you gotta. It's like that's why in a toolbox you have a bunch of tools. It's like a lot of times we deal with situations with the hammer, and we use the hammer for all situations. But sometimes you might need a screwdriver. Sometimes you might need a flathead. Sometimes you might need a saw for different situations, and like you gotta be aware to realize this just ain't working, and you go try something else, and see if it works. If it doesn't work, then well, at least now you know.
Yeah, I mean, I gave my soul to try to make it work out here, and it wasn't it. So
yeah, bro.
And like there's just little signs out in Cleveland. Like I was at Guitar Center, and I was just diddling around on the guitar. Some random guy comes up to me. He's like, "Bro, like, I would go to your show. Like, you're good, bro."
Oh,
I was like,
"Love that."
And it's just
supportive,
and everywhere I go is like that. Like I'll play the piano. They have like little pianos out at the malls. And
bro, we're like
shit.
top 3% of people, because like most people just don't go after their dreams, dude. I mean, that's really all it takes is for you to go play in the Guitar Center to be a star. You know what I mean? Like, just go do it. Mm-hmm. Most people are just paralyzed. They're not doing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So, I mean, that's it. It takes this much to stick out. Mm-hmm. And that, and that's a lot for people.
Agreed.
So, great job on sticking out, bro. Go get them.
Likewise, bro. We're doing it together. Like, this podcast is like a sign of that.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I remember our first podcast, bro. This is so much easier. Everything, the recording is so perfect.
No, you got this shit down.
I got it down. Dude, so one of the things I really wanted to do was do a live show of my friends, them. They do an NFL draft. Mm-hmm. So we did it, right? Just like how you did your concert to get the proof of concept. That's what I did for their draft day for their fantasy football. And it was awesome. Got some interviews with the guys after, how they pick their guys and how they prepare for fantasy football and all that kind of stuff. It was cool because me and Drake are interested in football. Mm-hmm. So that was fun. And I look forward to next year and just doing more stuff like that, Fucking Tony Hinchcliffe is selling out stadiums.
I saw that, bro.
The Madison Square
That's
Garden.
My dream, bro.
Bro.
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden.
We gotta write some jokes though. I realize this. Not me. I don't know. It would be interesting to try to do stand up. I thought about that.
Yeah. Well, that's why I watched Tony Hinchcliffe, because he gives them like good advice when he roasts them. and then he really believes in them, he will give them really good advice on like what they need to do. Because one of the guys, he was like, bro, just dissect your life. What do you do in your life? And make fun of it, because that's what a lot of times people are embarrassed just about their life. So if you make fun of your life, then if they can relate to you, then they can laugh with you, So I was like, oh. So that's why I've been thinking about different aspects in my life where I feel weird and whatnot that I can make fun of, that people probably can relate.
Yeah.
Working on 60-second bits. I haven't fully executed.
Oh yeah, you've been doing some?
No, I haven't executed. Just brainstorming, writing stuff down that I would love to cover.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so that's what you should start doing. Things that you would like to make fun of in your life, or at least is weird that you feel comfortable talking about, or if you don't feel comfortable about talking about it too, because you might just send it. Because this one guy, that first guy that came up on the Kill Tony show, that was wild. His bit was pretty wild.
Which guy?
It was that Holly guy. I forget the name of. It was the first comedian that came up on the Kill Tony show live in Madison Square Garden.
Oh.
Like some of that stuff was cringy. I didn't know how to receive it, but it was.
What did he look like? Skinny?
He had a
beard.
No, he was kind of bigger white guy.
Okay. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways.
No, I've been watching that. I've been watching Kill Tony a lot.
I'll send you the link.
I just thought of kind of a funny joke. I don't know if this will land. I just thought of it though.
Go.
Because it kind of reminded me of like making fun of myself. So like so basically this girl like kept calling me a simp and I got mad. So then I sent her like 30 messages after telling her how much I love her.
that's pretty good. Like have you written that down?
No.
You need to write that down.
I gotta write it down.
Write it down and work
dial it in. I gotta dial it in. There's something there. There's something
that's
there.
like straight truth.
Yeah, there's something there.
I mean, the 30 messages is made up, right? Or that
more or less. It was maybe a little slight exaggeration.
Yeah. How you doing on time? Your dad text you yet?
No, he didn't text me, so I guess maybe
chilling.
he's not. Let me just like make sure, but no, he must be running late, or his flight must be running late.
But
yeah, I do have another joke. It's like this is like I wrote this. It was like one joke that I wrote a long time ago, and I don't know if it'll land, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
So I used to think I was gay, but so like I tested it out, and like after the 12th guy I fucked, I realized I wasn't gay. That's it.
That's pretty gay.
That's it. That's all. That was a joke. I used to have expansions on the joke. I forget what they were.
Yeah, it took you your 12th guy out to figure it out.
Yeah, but like I'm still trying to make sure. So if anybody in the audience like wants to try it out later. I don't know. That's a good follow up. Yeah. I used to have a set. I used to have like a 1 minute set. Like a long time ago. I was like, I'm just gonna build a set, and that was like the set. But
that's sick.
Yeah,
that was funny. I like that one.
Yeah,
that was good. Really good. Those two.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta raise my standards.
Yeah, you gotta. I want to hear your joke.
I don't have any jokes right now.
Maybe there's something.
Yeah, I gotta think through some stuff. I had a like a dad joke.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been drinking a lot of water, and so there's this water called Liquid Death. Liquid Death is just canned water, and it says still drinking water. So I was like, if you want to be, still with God, because God says, be still and know that I am God. Just drink still water. You'll be still.
Okay. Wait, what?
That was just a dad joke. Terrible. I'm working it out. I made it up yesterday because I was drinking water and I was reading it.
Hey, I laughed. I laughed.
It was like still drinking water. I was like, that's even pigeon too. Oh, Loa'a, what you doing? Still drinking water? And then, to be still, in front of good. God, you got to be still. It's easier to drink still water to be still, I was like playing with that in my head. I was like, I got to write this down and work it. But that's what I admire about like career comedians, right? Because they got to work these things. They got to work them, right? And they pop into these comedian places and just do their work on their bits before they do their specials, like,
bro, it's a thing, bro.
It's a thing. Yeah,
it's hard. Like that shit's hard, bro.
Yeah, Joe Rogan said he worked on his his 1 hour special, this last one, for 6 years. His last time he did one was 2020 or something like that, or 2018. I don't know. But or 3 years. I'm not too sure. But you know, you got to work it. I mean, that's what anybody has to do.
Especially somebody like Joe. I don't think Joe's naturally a comedian. I wouldn't guess he would be.
I don't personally. I don't like him as a comedian. He's
got some funny stuff.
Yeah,
but he grinded to get to the funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there are some people that you could tell they're the class clowns, like in high school and shit. But
naturals.
But with Joe, I can tell he's not really natural, but it's something he wanted to do.
He's passionate about it.
He just grinded and there's some, like, I agree, like in like his he's not as funny as some of the other comedians, but he does have some funny shit now, you know.
Yeah.
Which goes to show it's like you can get there, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a Netflix special. I mean, it runs a comedy mothership, you know. It's awesome.
Yeah, Joe's the fucking king, bro.
Yeah,
he's crazy.
He's solid.
And Tony too.
Yeah, he's just like rising star. Killing it.
Tony's funny as fuck though.
Tony is hilarious. I love his passion. This guy is standing up on the stage in the Madison Square Garden, calling out Shane Gillis and what's his name, Joe Rogan. You're just like, this is my fucking show, and you guys are gonna have the best fucking 2 nights of your life. You know, like every time he comes out, are you ready for the best fucking night of your life? You know, that kind of energy he's manifesting in it, like in real time. It's amazing watching him do that.
The charisma.
Yeah, and then his Tom Brady roast. Oh, did you watch the Tom Brady roast? His bit?
No, I don't think so.
I'll send that to you after this. I'll send you his bit. It's so fucking funny.
He's got good roasts.
Yeah.
Dude, and Shane Gillis, that motherfucker is funny, bro. That guy is fucking funny. Like
his Donald Trump, bro. He's been working on all his Donald Trump mannerisms, bro. All of them. Bro.
He's got a good Donald Trump for sure.
Bro.
I don't know. He just like looks funny too.
Yeah, he's on the spectrum.
He's definitely.
He even talks about that too. He's like, yeah, I'm like, I was drunk one time, and you know, I was standing on the football field. And I just acted like I was on the spectrum, and nobody messed with me.
No. I remember. I know the Joker you're talking about.
Something like that.
He was saying there was like a handicap section at the stadium.
Yeah.
And he just walked over the rope and just. Like
yeah, looking like you're lost or something. Like watching the football game.
Nobody batted an eye.
That's hilarious.
Oh, fucking hell. Well, dude, I think I should probably just check up on my dad.
Yeah, go check him out.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I mean, I just was gonna watch the
debate.
The debate. I want to see.
That's something important to talk about, though.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what went down. I just was watching it through the PBD podcast. They were doing the watch party, so it's kind of good. I can get commentary and see kind of like. I asked my friend what he thought already. He told me after you watch it, go to X and search earrings. Well, there's speculation that she had earring.
Oh,
so
really?
So she's being read lines.
That could be.
Yeah.
I was impressed by Kamala, actually. You haven't seen the debate yet.
I mean, you gotta see like everything leading up to it. They're like, even though after things were settled, they're fighting again for the ruse. Kamala's campaign was fighting like against the ruse and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then even some of the sentiment is that they felt like it was 3-on-1. So the two moderators, Kamala against Donald Trump.
Yeah, it's always like that.
You know, it's always gonna be like that. So
I mean, even the YouTube is against it because, bruh, like if you like, could they turn off all the comments and it's just like, oh, this is just a live broadcast. But if they had the comments and the live feed, like everybody's rooting for Trump, you know. So it's like it's pretty obvious what they're doing. They're trying to manipulate the perception.
But you know, it's slated at I think like Trump 80% and Kamala 70 or 60 or something like that. It's going to be an overwhelming win, you know, for Donald Trump.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
But you know, you never know. I mean, I think the Joe Biden election was rigged.
I do too.
I think it was for sure rigged. Because who's fucking voting for that guy, bro? Like, let's be real. Like, the dude has dementia.
You'd be surprised, bro. The conversations I was having in 2020, oh my goodness. I was like, to all those people, fuck you. like this is what we got into this country. It's like Bruh.
I will like give some like say some I don't know what the word is, like give a little bit leniency or whatever because of the whole COVID thing. That like in general, I think the COVID thing fucked the economy in general.
Well, I think
like,
even the COVID thing was rigged too.
Like, yeah, and
leaked labs.
Let's talk. Like, I guess we could talk about that. How it was like mostly the Democratic Party that was like pushing the whole vaccine thing.
Yes, the radical left. The radical left. Because you know, Tulsi Gabbard was a left. You know,
and RFK is left.
They're both left guys. They're both left people.
If you look at their policies, actually,
they're left.
They're left. Like
but they're just not the left that it was before. This is just a communistic. Radical left party that want to censor us, not let us hear the news, and weaponize, you know, federal government. I mean, like that's not democracy.
Yeah, agreed.
And I'm not blowing smoke. This is all documented. You know, like I don't even have to get into specifics. It's just a general discourse of what's going on.
It got weird. It gets weird when you think about how, like, Kamala's not the one running.
No, there's
she's the face.
Yeah,
of
Donald Trump
all
is running this thing. Not Donald Trump, Obama.
Yeah, or whoever else. It's
Hillary Clinton.
No,
the neocons.
A lot of people that we don't even realize.
Yeah, the neocons.
You know,
I like that word.
Neocons.
Yeah, neocons are just those people that are for, you know, they're warmongers. They want to invest in these wars and get paid, you know, from these big military machines, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's what I like about RFK and Trump. Both have been saying like we don't want the wars. We're not trying to get involved in the wars. You know, I think RFK stronger than Trump, but they both have been saying that, and so now that they're together, I feel really good about that.
Well, I think both of them. I think what they did that right there was a showcase, a testament to both of their lives. Right. I think he stood his ground and shared what needs to be taken care of, especially this epidemic of
RFK or Trump.
RFK right now. Yeah. RFK. You know, when I think about how the negotiation went, and because RFK had said there have been several meetings through the last 2 months, you know, for them to come to that point, right before they did the introduction and showed everybody that they're in cahoots, you know, working together, partnership. That he's really behind MAHA, you know, make America healthy again. And so Donald Trump wrote the book, The Art of the Deal. I don't know if you ever read that book or listened to it. You should go listen to it because it's great. Because when I look at Donald Trump, other than all the fluff that's going around, I think he's a great deal maker because he's displayed that on a global level with people that are made out to be evil people like Vladimir Putin. What's the guy that leads North Korea?
Kim
Jong-un. You know, he's gone into situations that a lot of the public think, why would you ever talk to this guy? He's a killer. But no, he's running these places and he's letting them know if you do this stupid shit, we'll bomb the heck out of you. He's taking care of ISIS. So I think
communicating
in general. Right. So I think that he showcased that with RFK and them coming together, and RFK behind this whole believes in, you know, he keeps on saying, and I love it, and it's ingrained in my head, that in the 60s, that the chronic disease rate was 6% of Americans. Now today it's 60%.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's an epidemic. Overweight, obesity, childhood. What's the name of the Ozempic? Is this pill that the pharmaceuticals are trying to push to help curb childhood obesity? You know, he was saying that the most profitable thing in America right now is a sick child, and it's just, I mean, what they've collaborated on and how they're going about it, and he's, you know, I feel like. Now that RFK has the backing of Donald Trump, he's like Superman. Bro. Yeah. Like nothing really can stop RFK right now.
Yeah.
Unless they kill him. Unless they kill him. Which both of him and Donald Trump right now, really that's the only thing that can stop America from getting better.
Not out of the question.
Which is not out of the question, obviously.
You know. But yeah, no, I think overall it's good. I think they're supporting each other, and I don't, like, when I really get down to it, I don't think RFK needed to be president to enforce the things that he needed to focus on.
Yes.
You know, he's more on the World Health Organization, on the FDA, keeping those guys in check side of things. Foreign policy, all these things. I mean, I think he has ideas around them, but they're not at the forefront of his mind.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he has a background in environmental law, right?
Yeah.
And making sure, like, same thing at a
and
lower
he's won
scale.
a bunch of cases.
Just making sure the regulations are in place so that people aren't getting fucked over by these companies, right?
Did you hear about Trump? He's gonna have Elon Musk do a thorough edit of the federal government.
I did see that.
Bro,
I saw that, yeah.
Elon, like, he fired like 5,000 people from Twitter. And now X is still operating like solid.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's going to let Donald...
Elon auditing
the federal government. He's going to make it efficient.
Yeah, actually, that's a great idea.
Bro.
But, I hope Elon has time for that because the U.S. government's pretty big, but it would be good. It would be a good thing.
Yeah. We'll see. He's smart. He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
He'll probably do one audit. I don't know.
Damn.
But yeah, you know, it's weird when I bring up, people are just like, I bring up a lot of, when I talk with people, great reception with RFK Jr. With Elon and Trump, a lot of people don't have, like, they think it's weird. A lot of the conversations when I bring it up and how they feel. But I find people that are in alignment with what I think, because I think it's common sense. Like, this conversation that we're having is common sense for me. But
yeah, I mean, you know, it's
people
always
people.
Yeah, people, like, the problem with the way politics are nowadays is it's such about the smear of the other candidate. I don't know if it's always been this way, but it feels like that, where it's like even on the conservative side, you know, we trying to make Kamala seem like this super evil human, whatever. Like, I think there's a lot, like, it's a lot less exaggerated from both sides as it really is.
Yeah.
Like the truth is, it's just like, you know, like the things that people hear from the liberal side are going to be like, oh, Trump's literally evil. He's a fascist. Like, he's racist. All these things.
The exaggerations on all things. Yeah.
Yeah. In reality, it's just like.
Yeah, Drake was saying he wished that they just answered questions. You know what I mean? Like, the questions that are being asked them, just answer it. Like, instead of like blame shifting or smearing one another. You know, just like actual handle business, stand on business. You know, facts and stuff like that.
But it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work like that, because Donald, I've been watching. He was on the Sam Friedman show. He was on a bunch of podcasts that I watched, right? So I watched all of them to see how these different interviewers interviewed Donald Trump. And one of them, you know, I think it's Lex Friedman. Lex Friedman asked him, what's up with the name calling and all this kind of stuff? He's like, I got to meet fire with fire. Like, that's how it has to happen, because if I
love that he's like, Donald Trump's going on all these podcasts.
Bro,
too.
Yes, that's exactly
he was on Theo Vaughn. He was with
bro,
Aiden Ross, like
all these guys. Like, he's giving people an outlet that's what we need to see.
It's because that's the thing that makes you trust Kamala less, right?
Yes.
Because she's not willing to just be open and out there. Like, Donald Trump, whatever he believes is there. Like, he's had so many interviews. If there's anything he was hiding, it would all come out, like, in some way or form, right?
And PBD just made a great point. Like, how many jobs did you get that you did no interview? Right? You got to interview for the job, and the president is a job, right? Like, we need to see our president or potential president or candidate interviewed.
Yeah.
And so Kamala, that's not doing any interviews, how are you going to get the job if you're not doing any interviews?
I would 1,000%, like, I would love, like, regardless if I support her or not, I would love to see interviews with Kamala, you know? But I have a feeling her and the Democratic Party are too scared to let her be out there and share herself.
For sure.
Right? Because she doesn't have a lot of her views solid in herself anyways. And also, there's a lot of the Democratic Party is like this weird hive mind where it's like, you have to agree with everything being said. You know, when they were trying to cancel
hive
RFK,
mentality, you know?
Yeah, when they're trying to cancel RFK, every single Democrat signed on that paper. And I'm sure there was a few of them that were like, wait, this isn't right. But it's like they get, you know, if you don't sign, we're
gonna do something.
We're gonna do something to you, right? So it's like, anyway, so there's a lot of weird dynamics going on, but definitely, like, that is putting a lot of favor in terms of, like,
votes
how we see the perception of Trump, for sure. Yeah. It's exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited. Like, dude, I think there's no
at
chance.
the end of the day, I mean, it does affect us in certain aspects because the job that I work at right now, 90% of our imports is from China. So if I don't know how Kamala would handle dealing with China, you know what I mean, when it comes to that time, but I definitely know Trump, he's been on it, with China, because they basically rape us in essence, as far as trade goes. So all these tariffs add up, which cut into the margins of the business that I work at. So if there's margins being cut into, then that's less, bright future for this company. Not that I want to stay at this job forever, but whenever you're working with a company that you want to work with a company that's signaling growth. But I'm just saying how that connects, right? The presidency affects my job on tariffs, on imports into America.
Yeah, we'll see. Because actually, there's one thing I'll say. Last time, when Trump was president, it actually kind of affected our business in a negative way with the yo-yo thing, because the tariffs ended up, because he basically put tariffs on products that are imported from China to basically stimulate or give more opportunity to products made in the U.S., I think.
Right.
And so that made products a little bit more expensive. So I don't know. So that part I'm not sure about. But I do like the fact that, so one of the things that Kamala was saying is he was Trump was in cahoots with Trump whatever. Trump was in cahoots with Xi Jinping or whatever. Okay. And that was bad. And he's our enemy and we need to fight him. But it's no, I think you gotta, you gotta talk to these guys and you gotta try to make things fair and come to some sort of agreement. But anyway, so I don't know.
No, I agree with that. And that's what he did with NATO, right? Because NATO was created a military strategy alliance against the Soviet Union. So after the collapse of the Soviet Union, there was no use for NATO. But they continue to support NATO. But now America supports 70% of the NATO revenue, which each country is supposed to be supporting 2% of their GDP, which a lot of these countries haven't been doing it. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of these countries, when Donald Trump was president, he was like, we're not paying 80%. We're supposed to be paying 2%, mm-hmm. So that brought back billions of money back into America, if that makes sense. So those kind of strategic moves, right? We're just getting raped from other countries and getting taken advantage of, which, I mean, we're prosperous, right? And that's why we're fighting over weird stuff like he, she, and all that kind of stuff. We're such a prosperous country that we got to find things to argue about. That's what people, when they're bored, that's what they do. They find issues instead of focusing on their own life. What I was getting to is that no matter who the president is, it really is up to us, to control our destiny and make our lives successful, mm-hmm. no matter who the president is. But that's when things matter, right?
There's some things that definitely matter for sure. What's funny is there's a zinger moment. You'll see it on the debate, but basically Kamala's talking about okay, we're gonna try to cut taxes, for lower income families, whatever. And then Trump's like, yeah, that was my plan. You literally took my plan. I'm gonna give you a MAGA hat. You can have a MAGA hat. It was so funny.
How'd she think that?
It was funny because she was laughing too. Oh, she was like, okay, shit. That was a good one. That was a good one. It was funny though. That was a moment for sure.
Oh gosh, his one-liners like you be in jail.
No, dude, Trump is fucking funny.
He is really funny.
He could be a comedian. He's actually funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Which is important, Yeah. It's
all.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's the same thing as any other business. You have your product, so his product would be his policies, what he's actually gonna do.
Yeah.
And then you have the marketing, and they're both are equally as important. And that's one of the things that I think makes Trump such a good candidate is because, he knows how to market himself. Nobody thought he could win the first election, but he just did his thing.
And he won.
No press is bad press, right?
Yeah.
And just figured out how to do it through marketing. So, and that's another thing. That's what I'm trying to do, in my music business is try to figure out how to market it. So, yeah, there's a lot of parallels that could be drawn from all that. Also, my dad's flight is like super late because he was supposed to come in at 9:20.
What time is it?
9:58.
10 o'clock already.
Yeah, but I should check on him. So
yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for stopping by, picking up your laptop.
Yes, sir. So what? This is going up like later then.
I'll
It's
probably
not live, right?
I'll probably upload it right after this. Just get
Okay.
it up, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's how we do things. Just shoot and point and shoot, baby.
Dope.
Point, shoot, upload.
Hell yeah.
Scrappy Podcast.
Scrappy Podcast. Subscribe, bitches.
Yeah, episode 31. That means tomorrow will be 32. Let's go.
Counting.
Yeah, baby.
Numbers.
Yes, weeks.
Damn, bro.
31 weeks
Actually,
consistent.
wait a second. You passed, but way past the threshold.
Oh, way past
You're
the
like
threshold. Now it's all
top,
about
like,
what you gave me
99%.
feedback on now. That's all I got to work on now is the small things that I got to make better. I mean, that's
we did
all.
a good job this podcast, I think.
Yeah. Just get straight into it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's some parts maybe in the intro you could cut out a little bit, but yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good overall.
I'm just lazy. I don't want to. The other ones I don't want to cut up. You know, Tehani's doing a great job with hers. She's doing a great job with her podcast. It's awesome. So she's cutting it up. She's having great interviews. You know, her structure is awesome. So,
but I think it's better that instead of having to do the work of doing it, just make sure that when you're in it, you
get into it.
You know? So you're basically editing without editing. You're editing in real time.
Yes, got it. Makes sense.
You know, yeah.
Sweet.
All right.
Well, thanks for the conversation. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Aloha.